today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson, back down on a very windy south coast where the Saints have drawn 3-3 with Eastbourne Borough in National League South. One heck of a game here. Now you're going to talk this one through. I don't know. We're a goal up. We're 2-1 down. We're 3-2 down. They went down to 10 men after about 20 minutes. And given that they did go down numerically that early, we're probably disappointed we didn't go on and win it.
I think in the end, David, I think you have to say that we're grateful for the draw, especially the way they've fought for their lives, to be fair, and they still cause us problems. But sending off, it didn't seem to affect them, but it certainly affected us for the last sort of 25 minutes of the first half, because I thought we were really slow, ponderous. Looked like we took our foot off the pedal again. Looked like we were comfortable just keeping the ball going nowhere, and they caused us more problems. And we've had to give them a bit of a roasting at half time to get them on the front foot, to get them higher up the park, to get them to move the ball quicker, to do all the good things that we generally do, and we didn't do that. And we've managed to I felt started to dictate the game. Certainly when David Noble came on, I felt we really started to dictate the tempo. We played at a much higher tempo, we went forward quicker, causing them loads of problems. Got the penalty. The penalty missed for me probably cost us the game. And then without even feeling that concentration level, next thing that's happened is that one long ball's gone over the top. We've not dealt with it. The fellas reacted quicker to us. Our defenders haven't defended and haven't gone with runners, and we're 2-1 down. And full credit to us in terms of the way we came back, got to 2-2. It looked like we wanted to try and win the game again, got back on the front foot, and again just give the ball away in a silly area and one long ball. And the fella's gone in between the two centre halves who haven't defended properly, haven't done their jobs today. And at 3-2 there in the 90th minute, you think, well, that's done. But again, full credit to the players, because we've come back and again got a third goal. But that today has left me a little bit dumbfounded in terms of where I am for the performance for long periods wasn't good enough. I thought we were very slow out the blocks. I felt we lose our concentration levels, we don't do our jobs properly, we don't go with runners, we expect other people to do their jobs, and I think we've got away with it today, David. I've come away from there, and I'm pleased we've got a point, but quite worried in terms of the way the performance was today, because I didn't think that was a really good performance at all.
Although there was a spell in that second half when we were just penned in their half. They couldn't get the ball away at all, but we weren't testing the goalkeeper. We then had the penalty chance, which maybe should have put us 2-1 up. I think the ball's just landed on the beach. Straight away they went down the other end and scored. But that second half, playing into the wind like them in the first half when they played into it, that seemed to be the best spell for those two sides. Playing with a wind wasn't a big advantage.
No, it wasn't. And as I say, once we brought David Noble on, with just about half an hour to go, I felt we really started to dictate the pace of the game, and I felt we really took the game to them. And I only felt there was going to be one winner there, but maybe two long balls have gone between two centre halves, and two centre halves haven't done their job properly today, and that's a worry, because that shouldn't be happening. Balls, one long ball, we should deal with it. Have a look at Jefferson. Jefferson's having a fight the whole game. Sam Merson's having a fight the whole game, and they want to defend properly. Their defenders, and my two defenders today haven't defended properly. They've allowed the ball to travel a distance. There's no communication from the goalkeeper, and the two centre halves, they're only dealing with one forward. When they went down to 10 men, they had one forward. One was Charlie Walker, and then they brought another lad on after that. The two of them should be capable of dealing with their centre forward. They haven't done it. There's no communication. One hasn't gone and marked and one swept behind. They've allowed him to get into a foot race with them, and he's been quicker than them for the third goal. For the second goal, David Longking's concentration levels, we spoke to him when they got the penalty. He didn't chase the fella. The fella's gone blindside of him, and Michael Clark's tried to head it back to the goalkeeper. So, I'm not one of them that comes for players very often. I take it collectively. I take it the first person to blame is myself and the team as a squad who have to come together. But today, the two centre halves have got to take a lot of responsibility for the way they defended, and especially in that last 20 minutes, we haven't defended correctly, and they have to look at themselves, and I have to look at their performance, because for me today that wasn't good enough.
It's funny actually, before we met you after the game in, we're listening to Danny Bloor, the Eastbourne manager, giving his interview, and he said a similar thing to you. He found positives, but his defending, that was very much in the negatives, and you were pretty much saying the same for us.
Yeah, it is, because we've played 10 men for an hour, David. We've played Dulwich with 10 men for an hour. We've played Hampton with 10 men for half an hour. We've played Hemel Hempstead with 10 men, and we've picked up one win. them extra 6 points, if we'd have done it correctly, are massive. We could be mid-table now, but everyone's still looking over their shoulder all the time of what's happening. And we should be, no disrespect to Eastbourne, I thought they did a real good job. But that second half there, we really got hold of the ball, we passed it well, and we've had great opportunities today, and concentration levels have let us down, and that's the massive flaw in our performance today, is we haven't concentrated, and it's cost us, for me it's cost us 2 points today. Full credit to them, they kept going with 10 men for the amount of time they had 10 men, but we have to be better than that. And if vice versa, we wouldn't have scored 3 goals in 10 men for an hour today.
On reflection, one suspects Eastbourne will in the end be happy with a point here because they stay 6 points above us. Welling United lost today, Braintree lost again, but Tunbridge moved further away. Drawing these 2 matches in this past week, I guess you'd have taken a loss and a defeat when you didn't get the extra point.
Without a shadow of doubt, but I felt today when we've gone 1-0 up, probably against the run of play, we were let off the first time it happened when the ball arrived from their right hand side and ended up with their left winger who blew it over the bar. 5 minutes later, the same thing's happened, and we've given another goal away. So again, we've got to look at our defending, because that hasn't been good enough. We've given them probably 3 or 4 really good chances today, and I've got to ask you, what's Dean had to say? Can you remember Dean having a save?
Keeper.
I can't remember him having a save, but he's picked the ball out of the net 3 times, and their goalkeepers probably had 1 save, and he's picked the ball out of the net 3 times. So again, it wasn't a good performance in terms of where we're trying to be. I think we're better than that, and today I think we've defended really well, and I think it's all down to concentration levels, and people have to do their jobs properly. We have to just keep working and just keep pushing people until their job to do the jobs correctly. If not, then personnel have to be replaced, because I can't accept what I've seen today, especially in that second half. That just wasn't good enough, and I'm disappointed to stand here because we've had supporters travel down. Do people understand how important it is to the supporters? Do they understand how important it is to guys like yourself who followed the team for years and years and years? And it's just too easy to put your hand up and say, sorry, that was my fault. We had it last week with a goal in the last minute with Ollie, and it's just too easy just to put your hand up and say, I'm sorry, that was my fault, and go again. We can't keep going again. We have to get 3 points. Draws are not good enough. It's the first time I think I've really come off and felt disappointed because of the way we defended, and we've defended really poorly today, and players don't like the home truth when you tell them they actually think that they've done nothing wrong, and if they don't learn, don't take up responsibility, or don't listen to what they're being told, then they're never going to learn, and they'll still keep making the same mistakes, and it's all about making yourself available to what we're trying to say. Take on information we're telling you, and if you take that information on and you learn from it, then that's fantastic. If you think that you're better than me, if you think you're better than Chris Winton, if you think you're better than the football club, then there's going to be no place for you in this football club. And I've not come out and said things like this all season, but today was probably summed it all season up for me.
We're talking of personnel changes. We lost Frankie Musonda at the end of his loan a couple of weeks ago. Are you able to get him back, do you think, if you want him back?
We keep trying. I mean, obviously, there's no coincidence. We've lost him. We've conceded 5 goals. So perhaps something he was doing was correct. So no coincidence. So we're going to have to look in them areas. We've got 2 centre halves there. We've got David De Hage. We've got James Kolotsky. But James has been coming on and doing really well in the forward areas. Again today, he's had the volley that's just gone wide, and he scored the equaliser in the 92nd minute for us. But I shouldn't be relying on James Kolotsky to come on up front to get us out of the mire we was in. And that has all come because of the way we've defended. As I say, you can't allow people to get run on you. You have to make sure that you concentrate. You can't afford to lose your forward from where he is. And I felt the first goal we lost the winger. We didn't have him in our eye line. And certainly the last 2 games, the last 2 goals, we didn't have him in our eye line. We didn't know where he was. The first goal, we lost him, and he's got in and just obviously took it round Dean. And the last goal was a 1 ball between 2 people. And we should have 1 marking and 1 sweep in, and there shouldn't be a problem from that side of it whatsoever.
It's always nice to see your top scorer on the score sheet, and Joey Ciofano scored again. Sam Merson got his first goal since April last year. That'd do him a world of good.
Yeah, it's good, and Sam's worked really hard, as I said, prior to the injury he got around November time. He worked really hard in his fitness levels. He's worked extremely hard to come back, and then picked a calf injury up at Oxford. So, but he's come back fresh now. He's not had the same amount of games over the Christmas period, and I thought he looked sharp when he came on. He took his goal really well. He didn't panic. He took his time, and it got us back in the game. And again, we felt bringing James on, we could go on and win the game. But as I keep saying, and it's something that's going to be in my mind now for the next few days, is that our defensive side of the game is awful.
course, you've got to talk about personnel. We've got Jamie Fielding's loans coming up soon. Are you looking to extend that? Have you spoken to Stevenage?
Yeah, Stevenage are happy for us to do that, so we'll get that done over the line on Monday. So, and again, you know, Jamie's a young lad. He's gonna. You know, I felt he was at fault for the first goal today, and he got away with it twice. He loses people. He concentrates on the ball and doesn't know where the winger is, and we see that at Wildstone. So there's areas that Jamie's still got to work really hard on, but he's 19 years of age and he's somebody that we can work with. He's got an energy, and he gets up the park. He got us up the park a lot in the second half. Put some good crosses in. I think he put the cross in for the penalty. But, you know, we've got to make sure that we're better than that. You know, if the penalty goes in at 1-1, it makes it 2-1, we go on to win the game, because I felt we were quite comfortable at that stage of the game. But you know, we've missed the penalty, and everyone's gone relaxed, and the body's language is obviously taken over, and before we know, we're one kick and they've scored and gone 2-1 up. Got the crowd on their back, so full credit to the players the way they come back, because at Oxford, as we see there, we can quite easily throw the towel in. Players haven't done that again today, which is a good sign, but I think we're better than that, and I felt when they went down to 10 men, I felt our passage of play in that 25 minutes before half time was really slow, poor, didn't really get going, and in second half, as I say, I felt we were much better. But you can't give teams goals, especially in this league, because it's very hard to come back from it.
Of course, you've got a few personnel out on loan as well, like Darren Foxley, Albert Adu, Tom, Joe Howe, etc. Do you see any of them returning?
Not at the moment, no. I mean, we've just done Darren Foxley for another month with his Thurrock, so Albert will talk to him next week when the month's up, and then I think Joe and Tommy Brewer will be staying with Hendon for the time being.
Lovely, thanks so much, Ian, and thanks to James Colocci. That trip home won't be as bad as it looked like it was going to be. Right, thanks. Next in action next Saturday, when Maidstone United are visitors to Clarence Park. National League South, kick-off is at 3 p.m.